Hi everyone, it's Delphine from Delphine's Journal, and today we're going to flip through my 2025 yearly spreads as well as my January spreads. I'm going to walk you through my setup and hopefully will provide a bit more info and maybe inspire you. We're starting off with my 2025 quote page, and I opted for the quote, "Slow down, you're doing fine," to remind myself to live in the moment and find joy in the present. Up next is my grid sheet. I always get a ton of questions regarding this one, but it's basically a cheat sheet where I have already pre-divided my page in halves, thirds, quarters, etc. to avoid having to work out the math every single time. So here, for example, I wanted to divide my page in 3 separate boxes, so I referred to my grid sheet and saw that I had to count 12 squares to divide my page in thirds. Next to my grid sheet is my 25s in 2025. I included things I wanted to try this year, like traveling to a new destination, cooking a new recipe, trying a new workout class, trying a new cafe, trying 5 new restaurants, but I also included things that I wanted to do this year, like seeing a play, painting a room, going on 2 solo dates, reading 25 books, things like that. I've been adding a future log for years at this point in my yearly setup, and this year is no different. When I'm not lazy, I add birthdays, but this year I am, so I've only added my appointments and my days off. My future log is a 2-pager because I actually plan to use this notebook for the entire year. The next spread is a fun one. It's my 2025 vision board. The first step in creating this spread was to look up pictures and quotes on Pinterest that align with my vision for the year. I then copied and pasted them in a Google Doc and went to Staples to print the page because I do not have a colored printer at home. After cutting the photos, I used my corner rounder, and I think it really elevates the look of the spread. I added a light grid using my Pigma micron from Sakura in the shade light cool gray, and I added a title using my Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen. A bucket list is a must in my yearly setup, and I personally love dividing it by season. It really allows me to focus on seasonal activities that I want to do. The next spread is my 2025 intentions. To me, the word intention feels softer than goal because to me, the intention focuses a little bit more on the process of doing something rather than meeting the goal itself. So my 2025 intentions are divided in 6 categories, which are focus, personal, financial, fitness, fun things, and social media. A wish list is pretty self-explanatory, but a gift list is where I write the ideas that I have for my loved ones throughout the year. Honestly, without this spread, I never have ideas when Christmas or birthdays come up. A period tracker is pretty self-explanatory as well. So we're gonna jump to the next spread, which is my restaurants to try and my recipes to try. This is basically where I write the recommendations that I get from friends, family, or social media. Whenever I go to one of those restaurants or I make one of those recipes, I'm using my calligraph from Archer and Olive and I'm crossing it off. My second to last spread is a bullet journal dashboard. So this spread is a bit of a mix between bullet journaling itself and the social media aspect of it. Here I'm updating my yearly themes as well as my stationery wish list, and I'm also updating my follower count on my platforms. And finally, I have my social media tracker. This one is so much fun to fill, and by the way, I'm an Archer and Olive ambassador this year, so you can use my affiliate code Delphine10 for 10% off at checkout. That's it for my yearly spread, so we're now jumping in January. This theme and the flower style in general was inspired by Shada Campbell here on YouTube. I love the imposing J, the monochromatic look, and the flowers. I've been pretty consistent with creating a monthly overview in my bullet journal for a couple of months at this point. A portion of my overview is dedicated to tracking my habits. To me, 4 habits is perfect for tracking. More than that, I just don't track them. And then I have dedicated space for my tasks, my notes, the books I'm reading, the movies and TV shows I'm watching, my playlist, my highlights of the month, and then content I'd like to film. As you can see, I didn't even have the time to finish one of my flowers, and that's totally fine. I didn't want to have to draw the matte gray box the second week, so I didn't. I keep on retrying horizontal boxes, but they're not my favorite. And then we have the classic Dutch door to save some time, and as you can see, I didn't use my reflection space. That's it for today. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Bye!